Time for a writing theory live stream. Does that sound like an air horn? Hello. How's it going? How's everyone doing? I see Frey. We got Frey here. Frey, hope things are going well. Hope things are going well. Coral, nice to see ya. Nice to see ya. I don't know if anyone here knows this, but Coral Sands was one of the first 10 people to join the Writing Theory Discord. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? I believe Coral has the esteemed, what did I call that role? What did I call that role? Hold on. The early bird role in the Discord. Only 10 people have it, and Coral Sands is one of those 10. Shout out Coral. We also got Lee. Long time no see, Lee. Just kidding. I saw you earlier today, I think. Hello. Hell Jumper reporting in. Hello, Hell Jumper. Kaylee, hello. Hello, nice to see ya. Zerg, what's up? Is that so cool? Anyone? Is this thing on? Ariana, hello. Hello, who else we got here? Frey, Kaylee, Lee, Coral. Oh, I'm telling you, we got the core group here today. Love to see it. Love to see it. Comms are echoing. Oh. The comms are no longer echoing. I'm back. Interesting. Doesn't matter how many live streams you do, every now and then things break. We live, we learn, we thrive. All right, yeah, so this is interesting. I don't know if anyone cares about this, but when my microphone was going out the other day, I probably also shouldn't be tapping the microphone while I talk to you. When my microphone went out the other day, and it seems to have done this in the past 2 live streams, everything on my side says it's still transmitting my audio, but you guys stop hearing me. So then I have to turn on my laptop mic, which, here's the deal. This microphone is not super expensive. And yet, it feels so much cooler having it in my little pivot thing. And yet, the laptop microphone, honestly, about the same quality. Also, it's a live stream, so the audio quality is not really, like, necessary. Yeah. All right. How to get the fan going on. How's everyone's day going? Who's ready to do some writing? It's only a live show if someone's dying to make it work. Yeesh, ain't that the truth? How's everyone's day going? I'm ready to do some writing today. I worked on Upon Careless Gray Hills in the Pro Writing Gate live stream, made some good progress, wrote a new scene. Everything felt nice. And now I get to come back to Tiny Doors and write about little gnomes and campgrounds and hopefully have it be fun. Zerg says, I have no clue what happens next. I haven't decided. But you know what? That's what we do. That's what we do as writers. We decide. I'm the one who decides, Walter White said. Coral, it's a great day. Love to hear that. Frey did some good writing today, then was in a call with B. Oh, I've been so sad. We haven't had B in the live stream because it's just too late for them. Writer Lee, tired, slight headache, but I'm ready to hop into the eternal vengeance and do some plundering. Oh, what a phrase. What a turn of phrase. What a turn of phrase. Yesterday, I got to write a really fun scene. It's one of those days of writing where the timer goes off because you're done with your sprints, but you don't want to stop. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was doing yesterday during this story. And it felt good. It just felt so good. I finally am putting my characters together so that they have a chance to build a relationship and explore this new world, and we learn all the mysteries that we're going to be solving, and it just feels like it's coming together. Hey Sam, hello, hello. Dork says, I pantsed my pants off recently, but now it's like, do I deploy 4 plot lines at once, or do I focus down on 1, 2? Tough one. Sometimes it can be pretty fun to just have something going at any point, a la Game of Thrones always has, you know, all these different perspectives. There's always a cliffhanger in the next chapter. Willow, hello. Helljumper says, I could actually go and visit Goodview, Virginia. It's not too far from me. Well, unlike Whittier, Alaska, this one's not actually based on whatever Goodview, Virginia, you know, is like. I just thought the name was a good starting place. Goodview. Feels cozy, you know? Goodview. I don't know. Gonna be a good day of writing, that's for sure. Now there is something else happening tonight. I don't know. This is one of my one of these things I've been following, and I think writers should have all kinds of different interests. There is something I've been following. I played baseball my whole life, right? From 4 years old to 19, I was playing baseball. And just recently, they have, I've been following along the creation of the Women's Professional Baseball League. And they've got funding. There's officially 4 teams that are going to run for a season of this baseball league. And tonight they're doing the draft for the Women's Professional Baseball League. I'm excited. So that's going to be happening at 7 p.m., which is in an hour from now. So I might poke my head in there and see what's going on with the draft. See what their presentation's like. That could be really cool. I played baseball with this girl when I was like maybe 13 or 14, and I remember her name was Sandy, and she was way better than any of the other people that we played with. And she went on to go play for the high school baseball team at the local high school, and it was like such a big deal because it's like such a guy's sport, you know? But like she crushed. She was so good. And I've always been like, man, I wonder like how many other people I could have played with who would have been fantastic baseball athletes that I could have had a great time playing with, but they just never had a chance to play. So shout out the Women's Professional Baseball League. That'd be cool. Also, I'm rooting for the Boston team this year. The teams are in LA, San Francisco, New York, and Boston. So this is officially a Boston team supporting chat. So keep that in mind. No blasphemy, no supporting New York. Hello, Zender. Hello, Margot. Hello. All right. That's just something I've been interested in lately, and it's kind of exciting. So I'll stop talking about it, but it's super. I really wanted to play American football, but they don't really have a women's team close. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's just a game. Let's just play a game. Zerg supporting Boston, and Zerg, I support you. Right. It's gonna be a good day today. We're gonna get lots of writing done. I've got my tea here to give me a little kick of energy. But because it's been so much fun writing lately, I don't think I really want to waste much time. And I think I'd like to just start writing. So, my question to you all, are you ready to start writing? Well, because I'm ready to to bring some characters to life, put them in weird situations, and see how they react. Nice. Zerg is not, but we're gonna go anyways. Coral Sand says, let's go. Let's go. Awesome. Let's do it. Music going up, microphone going off. I'll see you in, let me restart this timer, 25 minutes. Good luck, everyone. Sprint number 1 is done. Look at that. Look at that. How'd everyone do? Also, hello to the people that we had hop in over the sprint. I see we got Johnny. Hello, Johnny, for however long. Oh, no, we have Johnny the whole time, hopefully. It was Lantern Valley hopping in for however long we get to have him. And Catherine, hello, welcome. I think it may be my first time seeing her name around here. Welcome to the live stream, Catherine. Chicken Lover, yes! Got distracted watching a video about... Cannot pronounce that. Hell Jumper, 176 words. Nice. Willow, 544, and I'm crying right now. That's a good sprint right there. That's a good sprint. Lee, only 173. Grandparents called, so I was talking to them for a bit. Hey, family first. Zerg, 646 words. A good sprint right there. Lots of words. Johnny popped in at the 17-ish minute mark. That's good. Catherine, I was invited today, so it's my first time here. Well, Catherine, thank you so much for joining. I hope you're ready to, if you're a rider, I hope you're going to join us for some riding sprints. Ariana, 343. Kaylee, 246. Hey, those second act blues, they are gone. Now we are thriving, right? That's what I love to hear. Michaela, 581, great sprint, love it. Johnny, I still cannot pronounce that word. Nice, nice. Quetzal, what? So are you trying to help me out? Quetzalcoatl. Quetzalcoatl. Yes, the dinosaur that we all know and are familiar with. Quetzalcoatl. Of course. J-Sam, 62 words before the dogs demanded attention. You know what the right thing to do. You know. To play with the dog. Kaylee, feels good to get unstuck. You know what? I feel I'm living vicariously through you because that's such a big win. I'm feeling good that you're unstuck. It sucks to be wanting to write and to be passionate about a story, and you put in so much work, and then you just feel like you hit that brick wall, which will happen to most of us at some point. I'm glad you're figuring out the way. Quetzalcoatlois. Lois. It's a perfect opportunity for a Peter Griffin impression in there. Catherine, thanks y'all. I'm a writer. I'm getting back into my story after not writing for a week. Well, you came to the right live stream if you're hoping to actually get some work done. That's the key. That's the key. You could be doing anything with your time. Why not hang out here, have some fun, and also put some words in your story? Or, you know, literally do any other work. So have a productive evening. Justin, hello. Welcome, Justin. Glad to see you. Does everyone know about this dinosaur but me? Just coming in from having to do family stuff. Well, hey, if you have some time to possibly do some writing stuff, that'd be great. Great. Lee says, my character's starting to catch feels for each other, but I don't know how to write it. That's the best part. That's the best part. I love writing the slow burn. That's my preference. Oh, Chicken Lover, you're really making me struggle trying to to decipher the dinosaur lingo in your comments. Working on a pterosaur inspired dragon, so the video counts as research. That sounds sick. You know, when I was a kid, I had this super cool book that basically treated dragons like they were, like the world was a little bit more magical. Here's a book that you can buy that like has, the drawings of a dinosaur skeleton that's been pieced together from archaeological sites, and like here's what they think the patch of skin felt like, and it just felt so like interesting. And like, as a kid you're like, oh my god, maybe I was wrong, maybe dragons do exist. And then at some point, I don't know how I got this, maybe this was a gift from my parent, I got this DVD, and that DVD was like some, god, what would you even call it, I don't know, pseudo documentary trying to paint dragons as something that could have been real. And like me as a like 9-year-old kid being like, wait a minute, it's starting to make sense. To be like, wait, they might be onto something, dragons could be real. There was a very short period of time where I was like, what if we just haven't found them yet? Carson, can you say this dinosaur for us in chat? I'm trying to parse if there's a gotcha moment in here. Calorotosaurus. Is that a dinosaur? Didn't we look at Lucifer in our last live stream? In the Denver airport, it all comes back to Colorado. Is it Spinosaurus or Spinosaurus? I'm gonna say Spinosaurus. That is indeed a dinosaur. I never went through a big dinosaur phase personally, but clearly I went through a maybe dragons are real kind of phase. And you know what? Here's the crazy thing, is maybe it was moments like that growing up that when I started writing, that this kind of like cozy fantasy magical realism vibe that I've just kind of discovered that I like, maybe one thing led to the other. Maybe I was like, wow, that feeling I had when for just a little bit I thought dragons could be real in our very realistic world. Maybe that's when I was like, oh, I wonder if I could distill that feeling into a book. Dinosaur King. Dinosaur Train. Oh my god. What is happening? Is there a whole controversy on the Spinosaurus I don't know about? I could run a poll in this chat. Is that possible? Engage with your audience. Start a Q&A. What? And start a poll. Dinosaurs better. Dragons. What is this? No, dinosaurs are not better than dragons. Okay. I don't know what's going on over there. I just had to make sure that I was still among sane people. And yes, dinosaurs are objectively worse than dragons. I guess the real question would be, what media had the best representation of dragons? That's a good debate. Post your favorite show that had dragons, or movie, or book, or video game that had dragons, and then we'll get back to writing. That's it. Because we still got work to do. Seeing lots of votes for How to Train Your Dragon. Is that just because Toothless was basically a cat? Lots of How to Train Your Dragon love. Some Dragons of Pern love. I didn't read Dragons of Pern growing up, but they had some of those books at my library, and I remember wanting to read it, except it was Dragon Riders of Pern, right? Except they never had book like 1 and 2 in stock. So how could I possibly read them, you know? Obsessed with Toothless, that's a shot. Aragon getting some love. Game of Thrones from Catherine. Nice, nice. In the poll says something like dinosaurs are only 3% as cool as dragons. Dragon Heart for the old movie. I watched that movie when I was really young, and I remember being like, what the heck is happening? They share a heart? When one hurts, the other one gets hurt? What is going on? But I still remember it. That's crazy. I never saw Wings of Fire, chicken. Oh, Wings of... Oh, God. Lantern Valley's got a rant they got to put in the Discord. No one's safe now. No one's safe now. Never-ending story. There you go, J-Sam. All right, all right. Zerg doesn't care about dragons. Mods. Get him out of here. All right. That's good. That's fine. What is going on? All right, I think we got the dragon discourse out of our system. Why don't we do some more writing? Daily wants more Mothman media. Look, my exposure of Mothman comes from like the 3-part series that the last podcast on the left did about Mothman. I feel like I'm almost a Mothman expert by now. What's the attraction of Mothman? I mean, what is it? Big red eyes. The bridge comes down and confronts people and what, wipes their memory? What else does Mothman do? Mothman's just like the cryptid that's like kind of chill. That's maybe the best thing about Mothman, is that he just kind of chill. He's just like a chill dude. All right. I'll let you guys continue the Mothman discourse in the chat, but let's get some writing done. Derek's a Mothman just like me. You just chill. Let's do some writing. 25 minutes. See ya on the other side. Music's going up. Number 2 is over. Hey, how'd that feel? Is that a good sprint? I'm at 1,300 words, a little slow for me. I know I'm definitely at this point writing a scene that's going on for 2. But I'm letting myself overwrite like that so I can trim it back and make it better later. But at this point, I get more material in the story that I can work with when I'm refining it. And I'm also just having fun. Lee, 600 words. Nice. Ariana, 355. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Show up. You're right. You get words down. Willow, 303 words. Spent the time writing the song my 2 British boys sang before one of them died. Sad. Dirk, 318 had to go Google types of skirts. We've all been there. Kylie, 374. Michaela, 595. Nice. Oh, Jumper, only 58 was struggling to get a scene that I imagined in my head into words. Yeah. One of the big challenges we face. That's for sure. Justin, a modest 196, but I'm still working out what I have to do in this part. Yeah. And Margot, 566. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Justin. Kind of like letting myself write the scene before I try to make it real. Kind of what I'm doing right now. I'll make it good later. That's a problem for future Carson. Catherine, 289. Nice. Baby woke up while I was writing. How dare they? Mark says, easy to get words in because my current POV overthinks so much. It takes a 500 words to cross this. We all know someone like that. We all know someone like that. Yeah, one of the key points of the gnomes in my story is that I love frozen pizza. Well, we all have a little gnome inside us. So I'm writing a scene about that, and I'm probably going to end up cutting it all for the final draft, or at least moving it to a different point. But I'm trying to get my main character and these gnomes as going from foe to wary friend, kind of wanting to find out more about each other. All that kind of stuff. Not doing it great right now. I'm still just gonna, instead of like going back and trying to change a bunch of things, I'm just gonna write the scene that I got on my mind and keep on moving on. Moving on. Haley says, funny how the words flow so easily when I make my POV character experience eldritch madness. Oh, eldritch madness. You know, I got a soft spot in my heart for the works of H.P. Lovecraft. I think Lovecraft was one of the first authors that I experienced, and I was probably in high school, early college when I read some of his first stories. The first kind of author that I experienced where I was like, man, this feels so unlike anything else I've ever read, you know? And it was all because I got a little complete works of H.P. Lovecraft collectible book from Books A Million or something. And I went through all of those stories chronologically. And they were great. Also, how do I end this poll? There we go. This is why I say I'm a fan of the works of Lovecraft. For what Kaylee said. Fan of the works of Lovecraft. All right. Feels pretty good. Right now I'm at 1,300 words. I think I'm hoping to get at least to 2,000 words today. I already did about 1,000 on Upon Careless Gray Hills. I think today is the day that I officially crossed the 50,000 word mark, if I had to guess. Check the track bear. Here, let me pull this up. For those who are joining the live stream maybe for one of the first times, something that we've tried out this November with our community is called TrackBear. Free, lightweight website for logging the progress that you've made on your stories. One of the cool features that they have is you can create sort of like a public leaderboard. And you set some things on here like, okay, like how public can it be? What's everyone working to? And what we decided to do was you could go in here and set any goal that you wanted for what you wanted to accomplish in November for writing. And this chart just outlines how close you are to achieving your goal. So if you wanted to write 50,000 words or 20,000 words or 10,000 words, hitting 100% of your goal, you can see everyone sort of working to that mark. Pretty cool. Feel free to come and join us. Find in the Discord. We got a lot of people still on good pace. Kaylee's on good pace. Ariana's on pace. Willow's on pace. Chicken Lover's on pace. Right on the par. And if you're wondering what this big pink line is, that is Margot. Sweet, sweet Margot. I'm at 97.94%, and I think that's after putting in my word count from earlier today. Lee says I just hit 80%. There you go, Lee. There you go. You're so close. Havoc Gray making steady progress. Steady progress. Love that. Justin, look at this. Look at this big bump right here for Justin. There you go. Zergo, a sharp rise. Like magic or demons or something. Taylor says, I'm about 5,000 below par thanks to the few days of being totally stuck. Yeah, it's tough. But you know what? What can you do? Maybe you're going to get at the end of November and have written 50,000 words. Maybe you're going to have written 40,000 words. Each one of those is a win. Look at all that progress you made that maybe you wouldn't have made before. Oh, Lee. Say you just updated something? I do like being able to look at the leaderboard. It is pretty cool. 80%, let's go, Lee! Pretty cool. There's also this bar graph which shows you of all the total word counts of each day, what writers contributed what percentage of their total goal. Kind of neat. Except it's hard to follow here. Hard to follow. Where's me? Which one am I? Green. We need more colors. Sick. Weak. All right. Anyways, let's do some more writing. I've got to sneeze. Oh man, it's right there. Right there somewhere. Let's write. I'll sneeze on my own time. All right, good luck everyone. 25 minutes. Let's do it. sprint is over. Nice. How'd everyone do? $1,900 words is where I'm at right now. Feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. Jason said, had to leave. So last night I lost an hour. 1 minute it was 11 and the next it was 12:01. Today my dog's internal clock is an hour early. Oh, don't even talk to me about how tragic it is that we go through time changes and our dogs are still like, I'm starving. Think about that all the time. Haley, another 446. You are out of the rut. Woo! Willow, 255. I'm stuck on a naming prop. Coral, 374. Helljumper, 186. Nice. Ariana, 518. That's great. Zerg around 500. Somewhere in that ball. Go. I found myself I think I was unsure how to get out of a scene I was currently writing. And so, as opposed to just spinning my wheels, you might have seen me up here. I just put a little note down here. Finish this scene, and these are the things you need to accomplish, future Carson. Maybe I'll put a highlight on there. I was like, instead of just wasting my time writing the scene that I don't really know how to end effectively, I'm just gonna move on and pretend I did. And that has gotten me through a lot of places where I think I might have gotten stuck, where I would have been like, I can't move on until like I really nail this part down. It's important for the story, yada yada yada. Pro tip. Have a great 1,074 for the night. Let's go. Phoenix or Margot, 511. Justin, 120. Or I put mine in brackets. Yeah, whatever works. Whatever works. I'm a huge fan of. Okay, so I just finished scripting out my Scrivener compiling video that I'm going to be doing. One of the things I talk about using is this little notes field over here, which becomes a lifesaver when you end up doing like printing out your draft for editing. So whatever you do on your script, if you're using Scrivener, whatever you do for these kind of notes to come back to, putting them in the notes field, I'll show you in my compiling video, pays dividends. Dividends. Margot says, I'm not planning on sharing the story with anyone, but I'm having a lot of fun. And Margot, honestly, I think that's why you're able to write so much, is you simply just have fun with it. And I think the more you are having fun in writing your story, the more you want to return to. So I admire that about you. That's kind of how I feel about this story. Right? This is way less serious than a murder mystery in Alaska, but I'm just having fun. Just having fun. Michaela says, I'm at my major climax. It's so cool to be at this point. It is, isn't it? That's how I felt when I was writing Starlight Farms Kennel for Talking Dogs. As I was getting closer to the end, one of the things I was thinking was just like, here, hold on, let me over here. One of the things I was thinking was just this fact of like, wow, I get to write this climax where I've built everything up to this point, you know? That's fun. It's fun to finally feel like it's paying off. I hope you feel that kind of excitement, you know? It should work like that. Coral says, this story has the least stress. The cheesy story, so I'm just having fun. There you go. Go. Don't have to worry about making it good. I can just do stupid fun stuff. Only I find funny the whole time. You know what? Sounds great. I love that. That's going to be our last sprint this evening. I'm going to go ahead and put in my words and track bear and see if I break that 100% mark or not. 1965. My word. Tiny Doors, 1865. See where we land. 101%. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Dang it. 101%. Let's go. Woo. Look at that. That's fun. You know, last year I got to... I think I wrote 40,000 words of Upon Careless Gray Hills last year. Now, I think that my progress this year has been kind of almost subsidized by the fact that I'm doing a third draft for Upon Careless Gray. So take that with a grain of salt. My first couple days with Careless Gray Hills was saying like, okay, here's a start of my story that I really like. I'm not going to change it too much. But still, 31,000 words on Gnome Camp specifically. Carson, man, you only got another 275,000 to catch up to Margot. And I am well on my way. No one's safe. Track Bear goes growl. Yeah, very cool, very cool. Let's see what the word count is for On Careless Gray Hill. I'll get you, my pretty. What is that from? Who says my pretty? Is that like Snow White? No, that's a Wizard of Oz, right? That's the Wizard of Oz. Yeah. Wicked Witch of the West. My pretty? At this point, I'm at 29,000 words in Upon Careless Gray Hills. Which means I still have probably another 70,000 words in that draft. Maybe, and this, considering this one comes out in April, I probably need to lock down throughout December and not work so much on Tiny Doors, but to work on this. Probably not a good way to handle my project. Gotta get this one out. I'm excited for you guys to read this. I really like the characters that came up in that story. To read. And that's kind of what I'm going for. Something fun to read. Something that you read and you were like, I did it. Isn't that crazy? It just happens out of nowhere. Do you hear me now on the laptop mic? There it is. Here's the crazy thing. It's always later in the stream, too. Maybe it's a cable thing. Sad. You know what? We can get through November and probably be okay. I'll deal with that next year. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Chicken Lover. It feels like the same time every stream. It's my computer telling me to get on out of here and go do something else. I was going to say, let me get this out of the way. I still kind of like talking into the mic, even though it's not even working now. It just feels cool. I was gonna say, just because we did so much writing in November, doesn't mean you have to stop. Don't have to stop at all. If anything, this has been you building a habit that you can carry into December. And that's where I messed up last year. Last year I finished November, and then I was like, time to take a break. I've earned it. And that's when I stopped writing for 3 or 4 months. That was a mistake. This year I would have learned from my mistake. And that will no longer happen. So December I'll be doing some more writing. Not taking breaks. Not falling behind. Fingers crossed. I tried to talk you into doing these writing things bi-monthly. I mean, the live streams are a lot of fun. Like, no doubt, the live streams are fun. But, like, me and my wife both work all day for, like, normal jobs. It's a hard sell to be like, all right, this month I'm not going to see you to 8 p.m. every day. Willow says, I'm going to grind this weekend to catch you, Carson. Bring it on. Bring it on. Easy. Easy. We're going to go ahead and wrap up the stream in case my microphone's getting worse and worse. Tomorrow is our, second to last Friday stream. Tomorrow is the last day of this week for these writing sprints, which means on Monday we begin our last week. One more week. One more week. Try not to think about it too hard. It's a little freaky. I wonder what our word counts are going to be at the end of next week. So that's the plan. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time. And then our last week, you know, I always like to have something fun planned for our final week. And that we do. So can't wait to share with you guys. But first we got to get through Friday. Enjoy the rest of your night. I'll see you tomorrow if you're joining. Let's make some killer progress. Let's end the week strong. And let's have a good time doing it. Hell Jumper, take care. Have a good evening, everyone. I'll catch you later. Bye.